Okay, hello. This is a quick video to show you the process of bringing your dog from France or from Europe over to the UK. So obviously your dog is already needing a pet passport, and you get that from your home vet, and it just makes sure that they've had the rabies vaccine and everything. But then once you've got your pet passport, every time you want to travel, you need to get a vet check done. And I think you need to check the regulations, but I think it's between 24 and 48 hours before you're going to travel. So here I am at my local vet's, and he's checking the dog's heart is okay, his eyes, his ears, that there's no parasites in his ears. Checking that there's no stomach problems, and he'll then give the dog, this is the first time he's done it, an all-in-one flea and worming tablet. So he's going to show you that now, the brand name. Now I found that the dog was very, very tired on the journey, on the drive up to the ferry. So I prefer to have the separate worming tablet and the liquid flea treatment. I would ask if I wouldn't have this one again, because I found it really knocked the dog out. He didn't drink, he didn't eat. He's all right now, but if possible I'd prefer the other one. So the vet's now just writing in the date and the time that the treatment's been given, which is what they'll check at the ferry port. And obviously all his injections and everything are all up to date anyway. So he's just checking all that, stamping it, dating it, doing the time. So the French vets are used to this pet passport system now. So if you were in France, you'd be able to, make an appointment within the time before you're coming back to the UK, and it's not a problem. And they will be able to. So now I'm going to be arriving at the security at the ferry port at Zeebrugger. So I'm handing over my passport and the dog's passport for them to check. That was just the little scanner. I hope you heard the little beep. So that's just to scan the chip that's in the dog's neck to make sure that it's the right dog that goes with the right passport. And then she's just checking that all the documents are ready. And there you go, there's my passport back and my boarding pass. And then she'll give me a ticket for the dog where he's been booked into the kennels, which I then need to give to the kennels guy. Now what you'll also do is this is the kennel reservation. What they also ask you to do is put your hazard lights on, so as you're waiting in the queue they know that it's a dog car. So there's a little area you can just try and take your dog for a little walk and ask him to go and have a wee, although he never does, thinks he'll have one later. Just have a little walk around while you're waiting for them to be ready to board everybody. So you're inside the security area now. Okay, so I'm getting out of the car. They've parked me onto the ferry in a sort of a side bit where they keep all the dog people. And you can see me walking up with the dog. He's quite happy on the boat. And it's really close to the kennels. They somehow organise all the cars so that you will actually get in there close to all the kennels. So it's not too far to walk. He's quite happy to be going in. So here I am going into the kennels, and it's really clean. It doesn't smell at all. It's not got that strong chemical smell to it. It just is clean. And it's also, looks like a porter cabin, but it's actually temperature controlled. And this guy is just checking the paperwork and where the dog's booked in for his size and everything. You'll see in a minute all the kennels are all different sizes. That's the thermostat, so they keep the temperature at 19 degrees, which is nice and cool for the dogs. And then you can see here's where they get all the water from, and it's all really clean. And then I got a little film of all the different sized kennels, because they're all different sizes. You can bring dogs and cats, and you can also, I believe, if you've got 2 dogs, this bottom kennel you would fit 2 dogs in. It's a bit wider, and these ones I'm looking at now, what my dog went in, and this extra large one is huge. You could fit a really massive dog in that one, or a Shetland pony, I suppose. It's that big. But anyway, my dog is booked in for one of the smaller kennels, because I think he's only less than 10 kilos. So you get one of the smaller kennels. So in the kennel, there's like an absorbent mat on the bottom. So if they wee in the kennel, that'll absorb the wee. But he doesn't actually ever wee in the kennel. He just waits. So he's all overnight till he's actually, next morning he'll wait to have a wee. So I've put his bed in there, and the man's just giving him fresh water. And then they fasten up the kennel and put like a little clip on the top so that it won't come undone. And then there's a few other different dogs in there. There's another little really cute dog on the bottom, little friend for him. And well, as you can see, he looks fairly happy. He's not too bothered to be left there. So I've left him in there with his collar on and his bed, but I've kept his lead. And I'll come back in the morning and with the lead and collect him in the morning. You can see that dog on the bottom looks very happy. I think there was about 4 or 5 dogs booked in, overnight, and they all seem to be very, very happy. Another thing is the man's telling me that I can come back and visit the dog later on in the evening. There's a slot you can ask somebody at reception to bring you down so you can visit the dog. Now I did that the first time I put him in the kennels, and he was just so overexcited, and he thought I was getting him out, but I couldn't. So now I do not go and visit him, because he's all settled, he's absolutely fine. So I don't go and visit him at night. I'll just leave him in there and then come back and get him the next day. So here I am coming back to door 13, so that's where you need to come to come and get the dog back. And as you see, I'm going across between the cars and to the edge of the boat, and there's my car. So that's how close you are to the door 13. And now I'm walking up to the dog hotel. So I'm like 3 or 4 cars distance from the actual porter cabin. So I'll go in now and go and get him out, and you'll see how happy he is. And I think you can see a few of the other dogs as well in there. And it's still, again, nice and cool every time you go in. Oh yeah, there's another kind of a bigger sized dog. And the little bulldog on the bottom, and I think there's like a husky dog as well. And there's my little Angus, very happy to be out of his cage. So I've got him in the little exercise area now, and I'm saying to him, go and get a wee. But will he get a wee? No, he won't. So I don't know, he's too excited to have a wee. And to be fair, I think with the treatment that he got from the vets, he didn't drink too much the day before. He didn't drink the water in the kennel, so maybe that's why. Anyway, as you get out of the ferry port, there is a little area where you can get out, stop your car after the security, stop your car, pull over the little car park, and just let your dog have a little walk around there if you want. But yeah, he's very excited to be getting back in the car and going off on our little adventure. So this is a security. All I do is give them my passport and the dog's passport, and he checks them. He's not getting the beeper to scan. So hopefully this has helped